Today, on the Dude Absolutely podcast, we have the epic, anticlimactic conclusion of the October Weight Loss Challenge. We talk anime, the newest season of Star Trek DeLoreans, Disney Channel originals, Alex Jones and FetLife swingers, and also, the crew makes a solid case for both legalizing and forcing bestiality upon the population at large. Enjoy the show.
Everything's recording.
Yeah, you're good.
When we're on here,
You
but for
seem
some
a
reason,
little anxious, baby girl.
yeah. So, you know, by the way, I can hear that.
Yeah, I know.
When I was editing.
Yeah, that's my bad. I'll stop doing that.
Thanks.
I'll stop doing that. Okay. Why'd I laugh like that?
What?
And oops.
I think it was either Monday or Friday. Like, my body is like, oh, hey, I don't know if you forgot or not, but we have a litany of mental health issues still.
Yeah.
And it's like, I felt like, you know, when Harry Potter is sitting in front of that mirror and he can see his parents?
Yep.
That's what it felt like. It felt like I was sitting in the room with these things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Even though we're not interacting, it just feels uneasy knowing that
because
they're
you're like,
there.
oh, it's present. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not currently controlling my behavior, but I know it can. And then, yeah. I mean, that's been happening to me lately too. I think it's a change in weather. I think Mara kind of hit it on the head with the cold weather. It was just like, woo, the depression.
Yeah, maybe.
My word.
When it's
because it's so early, we're not ready for it. There's other things that need to happen before this happens.
Yes.
So in a year where everything has gone completely haywire, it doesn't seem that out of place, which is why everyone's kind of just like, huh, there's snow on the ground. But really, in here, you're like, oh, I forgot I fucking hate this so hard. You know?
Yeah.
We didn't hit 5. My bad, dude. I tried so hard not to swear.
What are you going to do?
Well, not swear would be what we would not do.
I could just bleep it.
Yeah, but no.
Also no.
Right. So I take it then you're not sleeping great.
No, which is also weird because I've been taking my sleep meds earlier.
Okay.
But they seem to be not functioning
As effective at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I would recommend?
What's that?
For real? I know you don't. Maybe use this prior to going to sleep. I don't know. I'm telling you, for like 100%, get a weighted blanket.
Oh, yeah.
It works. I swear to you, it works. I'm the guy that it takes 45 minutes to fall asleep, but then I'll sleep through anything. But it takes 45 plus minutes for me to fall asleep unless I have my weighted blanket.
It doesn't help that I believe the guy that made Castlevania made this new show that I've started watching.
Is it the Thor one or whatever it's called?
The Blood of Zeus?
The Blood of Zeus, yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
So I didn't know that Marth and Roy and Ike and Lucina are they from Castlevania? Or no. It's different characters because I got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh.
So, what are they called? The guys with the chains. It's like Logan or something.
Belmont, Richter
and
Simon.
Oh, yeah.
So they're characters in Super Smash Bros.
Crazy.
Which is super badass, bro.
Did you watch all of the Castlevania?
I haven't watched a single episode.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I had this weird anime thing where like Pokemon, I can do it because there's this like real tangible appreciation for it. But it's like for me, I can't like, I don't know. It's going to sound dumb as hell because I will watch other cartoons. I love like plenty of other cartoons. For me, it's the mouths. It's like when they talk.
Because they're so tiny?
No, because they don't match what they're saying. It drives me fucking nuts. I'm just constantly looking at their mouths.
See, Castlevania, though, was made for English.
Oh, so is that different then?
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
show?
So the flaps, as they say,
are actually in an English cadence.
As far as I can tell.
Okay, because that's what always gets me. Is like with, like even in Pokemon it happens, but there's so many other ridiculous distractions in that show that it's okay. But like when it's like, he's like yelling Pikachu, and it's like, And he says Pikachu, and you're like, well, that wasn't.
Yeah.
He said more than that, right? And then they're like, well, translation. You're like, come on. Anyway, so what was I gonna? Oh, so Castlevania, is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it then.
Yeah, they went to that guy who created it, and because have we talked about this already? The Power Rangers like independent short film that they made.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think you've mentioned it.
Where James Vanderbeek plays this like operative, and they're trying to find all the Rangers. It's like Kill Bill meets. It's more like Mortal Kombat, if anything. It's like, I don't know. It's odd, but the guy did such a good job that Netflix was like, "Hey, do you want to do anything here?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to fucking make an anime about this video game, Castlevania." Wow. And they were like, "What?" So when you see, well, I don't know how he went from the game to what he fucking created, but
is it like not even close, or?
I mean, I don't even.
When was the last time you played a Castlevania game?
I was just gonna say, it's been so long.
Wasn't that on NES or was it on computer?
It was on NES. It was on like Tandy computers, like, and then, it was on everything.
So
Sega, Super Nintendo, PlayStation.
Oh,
PlayStation 2,
okay.
Nintendo 64. Every one of them has had a Castlevania game.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Even the handhelds, but like it was around the mid to late 90s when PlayStation came out that they made Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and then a lot of games were like that. Which, have you ever played Metroid? Yeah, it's like Metroid.
Okay.
Where you like there's a place to explore, and there's backtracking, and there's bosses that
Okay.
you gotta find, and there's like power-ups to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a platformer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now I'm on board.
So
I've been watching a platformer, watching a guy stream a platformer. It's called Spelunky.
Yeah, that's the roguelike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's
a
like
cool game.
similar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a sweet game.
So you've played more of the Castlevanias, I take it?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
And so storyline to the video game.
Storyline to the video game?
Or a video game to the storyline.
So they started out with like, there was like vampire killers. Those were the Belmonts.
Yep.
And then the Symphony of the Night you play as Alucard, which is Dracula's son.
Oh.
And then that's when it became like really anime. Like the art style really got very anime. And like they made a whole string of games like that because they were so popular. And there's like a whole bunch of characters that I don't know who they are, but
Has it since become not a platformer? Or is it still...
they've tried, like they had one that was like God of War kind of.
like Diablo kind of maybe, or no?
No.
Okay.
It's more like I would say God of War is the closest.
Okay. Like third person.
Yep.
Okay.
Instead of the side scrolling. But
Yeah.
the guy that made the original games, like for Nintendo, did a Kickstarter or whatever and made his own universe.
Oh.
But the games play exactly like the old games.
Okay. Because he was like, these new developers have lost touch. They don't have the roots of the...
I don't think they were so judgmental.
Dung.
I think they just wanted to do those type of games. They had more ideas for it, but they didn't have that license.
Okay.
I'm sure if they had that license, they would have loved to do a Castlevania game. I can't remember exactly how it went down.
Okay.
But yeah, the concept is it's similar. It's a little more rushed with this Blood of Zeus because there's a lot of fantastic ideas. Like the concept is wonderful. But like Castlevania had the luxury of like we can stretch these bad boys out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, dude.
Longer
episodes. You should see the Pornhub edition. Getting really stretched out.
But yeah, with this one, like they're 23 minutes long, so it's like, all right, so you only got X amount of time to try and get a point across.
Right. That's why, dude, I fucking loved that they did The Mandalorian in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you guys, can we have a quick fanboy sesh over Mandalorian today?
Oh, shit, that's...
Because it comes out in 2 fucking days, and Papa is happy.
Yeah, dude.
So excited.
We're all very excited.
I rewatched the whole first season, like, in a couple days. I just fucking mashed it into my brains. And I can't wait. Like, the ending is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Of the first season. Dude, Moff Gideon. More like Muff getting in. I mean, that guy is a player, dude. Sorry. But seriously, though, no, he's not. He looks very old and very not. Again, though, it's like fucking, there he is again, Giancarlo Esposito, just being a bad guy and being so good as a bad guy. But
I have to confess, I haven't watched The Mandalorian.
you should. I swear to you, it's all there. There's all this insane hype about fucking Baby Yoda, which is a beautiful, delightfully done character, but is 10% of the show.
Right.
The story is
that
about...
actually kind of makes me not want to watch it.
The story is
Isn't
about...
that more?
The story is about him, but like...
He gets plenty of screen time, so don't fret.
But like... he only does shit like 10% of the time. The rest of the time is just like him hanging out, being adorable as fuck.
Yeah.
And then Mando, the Mandalorian, being a complete and total badass. It is truly a beautiful story arc for a first season of a show. Like, they set it up so this show could go 3 seasons with the story arc, or it could go fucking 10. It's that like open-ended. It's very good.
I used my free Disney Plus, like I think they gave a free month right away. I used it to watch Brink. And that was it. So you know what I'm talking about,
I mean,
right?
it's not a bad choice though. Brink is a fantastic movie. But you should have watched Miracle in Lane 2. That was Frankie Muniz's best work.
Dude, you know what?
Johnny Tsunami.
I was so excited that Brink was going to be on Disney Plus. It's nowhere else. It's never been streamed.
I know,
like,
it's
anywhere.
so good though.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Because it's a DCOM, dude. Disney Channel original movie. DCOMs.
Oh man, it's so funny, like being a kid and seeing that movie, and then like thinking that towns in California had rollerblading teams.
Yeah.
And then when I started rollerblading, it was like, oh, none of this shit is real.
Well, that's like the Johnny Tsunami fucking...
That was the surfing one, right?
Yeah, well, it was the snowboarding one about the surfer that becomes a snowboarder,
Gotcha.
which
Dude,
is...
Because then they had a bowling one, too. There was like a bowling Disney Channel original.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Well, there's just...
Is that the one with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Nice. That's really funny, Chris.
Thanks.
Good job, dude. I'm so fucking proud of you.
I was going to say, Layla was having a tough time last week.
Going to the bathroom?
No, it was actually really sad.
Oh, God.
I think like she might have signs of like depression or like anxiety.
Oh, man.
Very bummer. She came into my office and was like, I feel like I did something wrong. I don't know why I feel this way. And I was like, fuck. Too young to be having this feeling. So I was like, let's watch a movie. And we started watching Frankenweenie.
Oh, great movie.
Very problematic.
Oh, really?
Soup's racist.
What? Yeah. No way.
Is that like the stop motion animation?
Yeah.
It's not that
Tim
old.
Burton. No, I know. That's why I was like, wow.
I thought that movie was awesome. Maybe I just was like too young when I saw it to like...
Well, there's no way you would make it. It wouldn't register.
Like I watched Jury Duty because I bought it on VHS from.
Oh, I thought you were talking like C-SPAN. Like you were just watching people on Jury Duty.
That is some shit I would do though.
I love C-SPAN.
But yeah, like I watched Jury Duty and I was just like, oh my. Just eject.
But yeah, there's a kid who there's a Japanese kid so bad
they like
Bigator.
okay,
Like
okay,
it's
okay.
like
okay.
and clearly not done by an Asian guy.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So there's stuff like that, and you're just like, this is odd.
It was like Caitlin and I were watching Madam Secretary last night, which is also a fantastic show, by the way. But like the Filipino president was on there, and whether the man was actually Filipino or not is irrelevant. He was overdoing it so much. It was so funny. He's like, would you like some coffee? Like offering her coffee, and you're like, dude, I know Filipino people that came from the Philippines. They don't fucking talk like that, bud. Like, it was aggressive. But anyway, okay, so I have a quick fanboy sesh update. All right, I watched Clone Wars, the TV show. I watched season 7 because I hadn't seen it yet, and I cried.
Really?
Yeah. It was... Remember, have you seen Breaking Bad?
No.
Okay. You remember the final season of Breaking Bad and you were like, wow, this is very heavy. There's a lot going on that really fucked with your emotions.
Man, it's been like 7 years.
Okay. I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, you're watching... What you don't realize, because you think it's like the Clone Wars were between episode 2 and 3, you know?
Okay.
And so like what you don't realize as a viewer is like where the story's going is taking you into and past episode 3.
Okay.
Like the story keeps going for the Clone Wars because the Clone Wars never ended during episode 3.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? Like Clone Wars were still happening.
Right.
So, like, the plot for episode 3 includes the Clone Wars. So you get that whole stretch of episode 3, but, like, from other characters' perspectives. And it is fucking... It is so heavy, and it's a fucking Star Wars cartoon. Like, dude, there... So, are either of you ever going to watch this? Okay, then I'm just going to share this with you.
Oh, I love spoiling stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a dick.
No, 3, 2, 1 spoiler.
No, that's not. I am
3,
not.
2,
I'm the
1.
opposite of that person.
Oh, okay.
So if you
You
don't
shouldn't
want to
say that, though.
What?
You shouldn't say that.
Why?
Because then it makes me more prone to spoiling things.
Oh, no. I'm saying I don't like spoiling things for people.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
I do.
that's fine. To each their own, but it bums me out when I spoil something. And it all comes, this is actually kind of a funny story. It all comes from when I was in like 8th grade and I was at the hockey rink and this kid's dad comes up and he starts like I'm talking with like one of my friends and our dads. And this other dad comes up and he's like, hey, can I talk to you guys for a second? Like me and my buddy. And we're like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, what's the better video game to have right now? And it was right when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 were coming out.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, Xbox 360. Or, it's just like because of Halo. That was like all right. And then he's like, all right. Well, Dan's getting a PS3. Hope he's cool with that. And me and my buddy were like, oh, Dan's getting a PS3. And then the next day at school, I don't fucking know why. I just told Dan he was getting a PS3. It was so shitty. Like, it was like the worst. I hated myself. I just could not tell him. It's just like, Dan, dude, your dad was fucking super cool last night. He was like, yeah, what about that PS3 for Dan? And then he was like, what? And I was like, huh? And then I just walked away, cried silently to myself. Dude, I felt so bad. And that just...
I gotcha. Yeah, that anxiety.
Yeah, so now I get that all the time when somebody's like, did you just... And I'm like, sorry. My bad.
I wish I could remember... It makes me think of how Peter Parker dies in Avengers.
Okay, yeah.
In Endgame. And... Beowulf. Excuse me. Thing had a long way to travel.
Yeah, that came from the depths. The bog of eternal stench.
I wish I could remember what it was. And so basically they said, Peter Parker dies. It's so sad when Peter Parker dies. And I go, did you just ruin the movie for me? And they're like, no, that's a small, it's not even that big of a part in the movie. And I was like, I've been wanting to, God, fuck, I wish I could remember what it was, but it was like a year of anticipation for this movie. And then they just, and I was like, well,
yeah, you were fucking. It's more depressing than it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
like,
bummed about it?
Yeah. Because for certain movies, for horror movies,
you want to know that everything's
I want the short story. Yeah. I want you to tell me.
You don't want the anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I watched Hereditary, but I knew the storyline before I watched it. It was still hard to. It was a hard one to.
I can't watch scary movies. I can't do it.
Me either. You know what I do? I will YouTube the ending of the movie.
Nice.
Like for It when it came out.
Oh, that's not a scary movie though.
I guess it's like.
What are you talking about?
It's like
it's not
gruesome.
nearly as bad as like Hereditary.
But
yeah, it's not like psychologically.
Yeah, like those are the movies that fuck with me.
Oh,
the ones where they're like,
now
hey,
they're just
so
like a clown eating some kid. Like,
yeah, which not scary, totally normal, happens all the time. What's up,
That's
John Wayne
clowns
Gacy?
do, yeah.
How you doing up there, bud? Okay, keep going.
But like there's something about the characters that like draws me in, and so I want somebody to spoil it for me.
Yeah,
because it's been like 2 months. I have this ongoing joke where I keep making the same spoiler for Uncut Gems with my coworkers. Like I just did it again today, and I keep doing it with like different details. And like today I added the tomato meter rating to the end of it. So it's just like this huge paragraph spoiling. But the thing is, I really like spoiling that movie because it doesn't matter. The spoiler doesn't matter.
Right.
The movie's still really good.
That's, you know what? I didn't even think about this, but it actually did just happen to me a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was talking about fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
And I haven't seen the end of it. I watched like 45 minutes. It was just like, whoa, so long. And
45 minutes isn't even half the length of the average movie right
but
now.
like, you could tell that they were nowhere near where it was. I was just like,
The credits were still appearing on the screen 45 minutes in.
we've got so far to go.
Oh, that's really funny.
Although that does have my favorite line, which is "Don't cry in front of the Mexican." Super funny.
Okay.
Come on now. Come on. Don't cry in front of the Mexican.
All right.
Like, what?
Well,
Makes no sense. But I had no. Have you seen it?
no.
You have not seen it either?
No, I've heard some controversy. I
had
guess.
no idea that it was an alternate universe.
Yeah, people were upset about something about it being not realistic or something.
Wasn't there a Bruce Lee controversy or something in there too?
Yeah. His daughter was like, my dad was not like that at all.
Yeah.
It's also a movie, so
Right.
I guess that's what it is.
You know who else isn't like who they are in the movie?
Tom Cruise.
I was gonna say Peter Parker. Not really Spider-Man.
Yeah. Sully, that airplane guy.
That's
Oh fuck! Did you guys watch Borat yet?
no.
I did.
I didn't like the first one, so I have no interest in the second one. Yeah.
You didn't like the first one?
No, just to me, it's like
I've been hearing specific criticism, so I think I might know.
so to me, the first one, and he did this with Bruno too, to my understanding. He's kind of done this with every character. See, what I love about Sacha Baron Cohen though is he can also act for real.
Yeah.
And so like even his character in Talladega Nights is so fucking good. Like he's hilarious. But
Same year.
yeah, that's true.
Oh wow.
But I feel like if I don't know, I never liked as a kid being a part of something funny and not knowing about it.
Like they're being exploited.
Oh.
That's the criticism I'm hearing. Is like these people are being exploited.
And
yeah.
well, it was like to me, it's like it's a more personal thing than like them being on a movie. You know, like that part in itself sucks. It's the feeling afterwards where you're like, I was just like the butt of something that I never even got to be a part of, but I was the focal point.
Interesting.
And to me, like, that's the worst kind of bullying. Because
that's interesting.
I think you might like the TV show just because of...
Was Borat a show?
No,
Yeah.
the...
Ollie G.
Who is America?
Well, I've seen Ollie G into House, and that's...
Well, no. But that was a show. So, like, Ollie G was a mock talk show.
Yeah. I've seen the Ollie G stuff on YouTube. And some of the Ollie G stuff is like not terrible. Mostly because the character itself is so ridiculous. But like Borat is like there are people that ignorant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to that extreme, obviously. But like, well maybe. I don't know. I guess I've never met all 7 billion of us. But
yeah.
To me, like, that's like, I was bullied like that when I was a kid. It sucked. I fucking hated it. So, like, I just can't get that past that part. Which I get why people think it's funny, though. You know? I don't have, like, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I would be willing to bet, though, that you were not, God, what's another word for bullying? Intolerance, right? I'm willing to bet that you were not an intolerant individual, and that's why you were being bullied, right?
Sure,
like maybe you were being intolerant. I doubt it.
No, I'm saying I'm sure that was the wrong word to use, but I'm hesitant to where you're going
because the individuals that he chose are individuals, like the things that he's choosing to highlight is the intolerance. I cannot stand when somebody says, you're being intolerant of me, even though you said that I'm being intolerant. You cannot be intolerant to the intolerant. That is bullshit.
Well, you can.
If you're an intolerant individual, it's a full stop. If you think that whites and blacks should go to different schools, I'm gonna single you out. I'm not gonna, and that's in the name of progress, in the name of humanitarianism. Like, so for me, and
well, but like you don't tolerate that.
Yeah.
So like by definition.
But
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. In the framework of
just
like
being difficult,
we can't just keep going in this fucking circle. Like, you either are intolerant or you're not. And if you are, if evidence suggests more that way, then you don't get to say, hey, you're being intolerant of me being intolerant.
Yeah, see, what
because it's more of like an ideology, I think. The way that it's become now.
Yeah. So what I don't like ultimately is the Truman Show style joke making.
Mm-hmm.
That movie fucked me up so hard when I was a kid. So hard.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it way too young. And I saw it by accident. My mom was watching it. And I was just watching it like from the landing. I was supposed to be like cleaning my room or something.
Mm.
And then I just started bawling. And my mom was like, what is wrong? And I was like, it's like that like being in the terrarium and not being aware that like everyone is having fun at your expense.
Well, and that film like highlights what I think now would be like a really good explanation or analogy for gaslighting, because like all of his questions, right? Every when being inquisitive,
every inquisition,
whether they be Spanish or otherwise.
Wow.
Thanks.
Nice.
But at any rate, like anything that he was questionable of, he was very quickly made to be like, no, come on, knock it off. Like he was invalidated so readily and so often by these people, and he had real concerns. He had real, intuition. That's what I was looking for. Every little like intuition that he had that something might be off, someone would make him feel crazy for thinking that way.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? Like,
and this is in Borat?
No. The Truman Show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about Borat still.
No, I thought we were talking about Truman Show.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about. I thought you brought it back to Borat, and I was like, what?
No. I mean, maybe Borat is, but
yeah, well, yeah, it's like they keep him in the joke. They try to keep him in the dark for as long as they can, so they can keep it going.
Yeah,
and that's like, to me, it was.
But like that hopelessness when someone does gaslight you, that's what that makes me think of when it comes to the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Is you're just like, really?
I can fucking see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're not doing that. And you're like, okay, but I can see though. I'm not dumb. And they're like, no, you're dumb. And you're like, but fuck off. Yeah, I'm dumb, but I'm not this dumb. And they're like, but and you're like, what? What does that have to do with anything? Speaking of, okay, dude, I gotta fucking adjust my ass right now.
We've had 3 months in a row of 1,000
Yeah, that's
downloads.
fucking cool.
We hit for the year 10,000 downloads / views.
Fucking
Both
land of
YouTube
10,000 views over here. Look at us. That's fucking thick.
It's hella thick. Speaking of thick.
Yeah, baby. Oh.
Guys ready to
What?
talk about Thick Armstrong?
What?
Huh?
This is
The weight challenge.
next week. The month's not over.
What?
I thought we talked about this last week.
Maybe it was just us that did.
Did we only say
I
it?
think it was just us, and then we forgot to mention it.
I wasn't present for
my
that.
bad. Oh, well then, fuck it. I'm gonna not eat for a whole week.
I don't know why we wouldn't do it through the end of the month.
Because that's next week.
Because technically it's November. Oh my God. Is next Wednesday November 4th?
Yep.
That's Kim and I's 14th year.
We're not recording next Wednesday then. We'll record
Okay.
next Thursday.
Totally forgot it.
But I figured on Sunday or Saturday it would be that we just send a picture of the scale to each other,
Okay.
Okay.
and then
Good. Still got time.
yeah, because we all know what our starting weight was.
Yeah. Painfully aware.
Yeah, because mostly for me, painfully aware, because so close to the current weight.
You could almost say it was like looking in a mirror. It's the same.
Dude, I was doing so well, and then I went to Fargo, and then it just...
I was wondering why you wouldn't take a cookie. I'm like, your weight should have been registered by now. Why aren't you having a cookie?
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah,
Sure you
because
don't
I
want a
thought we were
cookie?
still going.
Yeah.
That's why, I...
No, I see. I brought cookies because I was like, "Yay, we did it!"
Oh.
That's why. It wasn't to.
Okay.
It wasn't to make you gain weight.
Yeah.
I've had
Oh.
3 of them.
They're really good.
So Mara won, though, right?
I mean, we'll see. I'm going to bleed myself out.
Mara for sure won. Mara looks like she's lost weight. Like, Chris and I look fatter.
Yeah, for sure.
This is how horrible though. Happy weight loss challenge. We legitimately failed so bad.
Yeah. I think we should have done like how...
Nope. There's no hindsight on this one. This is... You know what we should have done, Chris?
No, but I mean...
You know what we should have done, Chris?
We could have
We
been...
should have lost weight.
We could have been a team. Like how
No, fuck that.
Bert and Tom and Joe did where like they could see each other's...
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not, weight loss isn't a team sport.
Oh.
I've gotten really good at losing and then regaining the same 10 pounds. So
Ooh.
I just know how to do it.
Oh. So 10 pounds is the number then.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this by Saturday.
Okay.
No question.
I do not.
I don't got this, but I'm close to got this. So there was a point where I was like, I fucking am going to lose 15 pounds. And then I didn't.
Because what is it? You can go 3 days without eating as long as you're drinking water.
Yeah, I'm not going to starve myself.
No, you can fast for like weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Just got to stay hydrated.
Don't.
It's bad for you, Chris. You need the vitamins.
I don't know. Gandhi seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, also Gandhi was paper thin / translucent.
He would have won a ball trimmer.
He would have. So what do we do about that then?
The ball trimmer?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, like, who's going to... You can buy it and I'll Venmo you then? Or?
That's so funny. That's the exact thought that I had today. I was like, that's so funny that you said it that way, because I was like, all right, so whoever it is, they Venmo me, I buy the lawnmower.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Well, congrats, Mara. I think we just hand the trophy to you, because there's no way I'm losing that weight by then. So...
Do you just want to end it now?
I think so. I think it's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you were so hard against it at first.
Congratulations, Mara.
Do you want a cookie?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Really bad. That's actually kind of why.
So, I just want to note how progressive the Dude Absolutely podcast is. That a trans woman just won a ball trimmer. And I do really appreciate they'd be willing to buy it for me. But I don't mind the jungle down there. I was going to do an audible if I won. And I was wondering if you'd be down.
Okay.
I was I've been wanting to get my nipples pierced.
Oh, okay.
And we have a very cool piercing tattoo place in town that you run ads for.
Sure do.
So figure out whatever price you want to contribute. I don't know, whatever the price
the
of
lawnmower costs.
Exactly, yeah. And I'll go do that.
Okay.
instead.
Hell yeah.
That's a great idea. Modified tattoo and Mara's tits.
I got this one there too.
Oh. Well,
that's right. Yeah.
Congratulations. You're going to have extra pointy nipples.
Hell yeah.
And
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. Because, yeah.
Kim Duke had her titties pierced for 4 years, I think.
Dude, pick way different accent when you're talking about your wife. That's fucking...
What are you talking about?
Kim Duke had her fucking titties pierced. Used to drink Bud Heavies out back while she was riding on the John Deere.
So, we were going through TSA. The alarm goes off. I go, sorry, sir. My wife's tatas are pierced.
Hey, sorry. Oh, wow. Hot, Mike. Hey, sorry about that. My wife's got a couple of rods in her nipples, so,
Whoops, actually, I forget I had a butt plug in my asshole. Let me take that.
And it's sterling silver, so we got to find a safe place for this. Actually, ironically, the safest place is my asshole.
Have you flown since they've added like those like 360 X-ray machines?
Yeah.
Holy, like last time I flew, it had been like 10 years, I think.
Holy
I'd never
shit.
seen one of those before. And
It's like getting let out of Shawshank 30 years
it was
later.
so bizarre.
You're like, what
and it was
the shit?
It was weird for me because this, like, the reason I was flying was I was going in for a pre-op appointment.
Oh, yeah.
So I go through the machine and I get flagged, and this stupid ass picture, like the thing, big ass square around my crotch. I'm just like, ain't that big. Getting it taken care of.
This is going to be gone soon
So
anyway.
don't worry
So
about it. Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
well, I mean,
That's so funny.
to me, I liked him way better though.
The 360s?
Yeah,
Better than what?
than the old fucking TSA. Like,
You didn't like him felt up?
well, it's not even that. It's faster. It's like the person goes through, gets the shit, and then walks out. And then they're like, "All right, sir, come here." And then you're like, "Okay, cool." And you go in, and then you're out. The problem is none of it matters because
Right.
they've caught 0 bombs with those. 0.
Well, but that would lean towards the argument of it's a deterrent.
Right, but it's not.
Why? Because bombs have gone through?
No, I'm saying prior to these things, bombs weren't getting through anyway. You know how many bombs have been brought through onto airplanes at the airport? It's like single digits.
Yeah, we don't have like
in US
minority
history.
report scanners that can tell your intentions. Like, hey, you're gonna hijack a plane, and
If you wanna take down a fucking airplane, you don't do it with a bomb.
What do you do it with?
With your fucking fists.
Yeah.
And you beat the piss out of everybody.
Oh, I thought you said you fight the plane. I like the idea of you punching a
Just
plane.
No, I'm just saying, like the 9/11 stuff, they had box cutters. They didn't bring a fucking bomb. The plane was the bomb.
As far as we know.
No, we know.
I mean, with the other planes. Because there was the two for sure that they just crashed a dash.
Pentagon.
Yeah, Pentagon.
That's number 3.
I don't know about
And
the
then,
Pentagon one, you guys.
the one in the
I don't know
fields.
if the one in the Pentagon was actually a plane.
Which leads perfectly into the next topic. Did you guys watch that fucking Alex Jones episode with Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon?
Dude, people were very mixed feelings on it. Mostly, like, you don't watch it because you're like, thank God Alex Jones is on. I'm going to learn so much, you know?
Yeah.
You watch it because you're like, this fucking lunatic makes me laugh. He's insane. And then Joe has to be like, hey, hold on. We got to make sure what you're saying.
Wait, so you did watch it or didn't?
No, I did. I watched
Okay.
I watched about an hour and a half so far. It's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
so like
he's
I'm not
pretty
done.
drunk.
Oh, it's
by
a
the end
short
of it.
one.
Well, 3.5 is.
That was a joke.
Oh, well, that's the shortest one with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first one was 4.5, I think, and the second one was 4. But
Yeah, he's pretty drunk by the end. He's like, Tim Dillon, I'm going to sit in your lap.
Who's Tim Dillon?
He's hilariously gay. He's like conspiracy theory.
How are you hilariously gay?
Well,
because he's not effeminate at all,
Yeah.
but he's like a fucking raging Staten Island conspiracy theory nut, and then he's like, also let me suck your dick, kind of like that guy. Like he's a guy that found in this isn't. I'm not trying to be rude, but like he seems like a guy who genuinely didn't want to believe he was gay, and then he went to like Rikers, and then was like, well, all right, this real.
Had like a sexual awakening.
Yeah,
also, I wasn't finished like
Yeah, I know.
with that sentence. I was going to say hilariously gay comic, like the
words
order
were wrong. Yeah, it
the
was like
order
when,
was
it's like the
wrong.
when Bill Burr says like, it's like we put the swear words at the wrong parts, and then it
Right.
makes it racist somehow. Dude, the dog is
Yeah, is
sticking
that a
its
bull?
nose literally through the door.
Is it Ashi or Barley? Which schnauzer
Barley,
is it?
go away.
Hut, hut.
Barley,
They don't listen to you.
bye. Go upstairs. Oh, none of that worked.
No.
All right. So I want to double, maybe triple, quadruple back real quick.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So I cried about Star Wars, and there was this really touching part that like I would just recommend both of you somehow find a way to watch. Where actually I really won't hold this much weight for you guys because you haven't seen the show, but
I've cried over like cat videos,
Okay,
so I can get there.
so Ahsoka is Anakin's Padawan,
Hmm.
and she gets accused of murder, and then kicked out of the Jedi Order. And she's like, I didn't fucking kill anyone. And then they were like, oh, actually, yeah, you didn't. Sorry.
Also, this is a kid's show.
Yeah.
If you could not say that word anymore.
Our show? Oh, yeah. The people at Disney were like, how did this make it through? This is ridiculous. We're bleeping out a cartoon. So she gets accused of murder. They kick her out of the Jedi Order. And then she's like, this is bullshit. I didn't kill anyone. And they're like, actually, you're right. You're welcome to come back. And she's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Like,
She the white-haired lady?
she's got like blue and white stripes. She's from a different planet. She's not human.
Yeah. Okay.
But she leaves and then like goes on her own little journey thing, and then she gets like sort of somehow recruited by somebody who's a Mandalorian, like from the planet of Mandalore. And they're like, hey, we have some information for you that you're going to want to share with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And she's like, I don't know them anymore. And she's like, well, we have Darth Maul, so like you probably should share this with them. And she's like, fucking fine. So she goes to the Jedi Temple, and Anakin is there. And he's like crying because he's like, holy shit, Ahsoka, you're back. Like, I miss you so much. How are you? Whatever, blah, blah. And they go like walking into like the ship bay, and so she was a commander in the clone army. And,
okay.
Like Anakin's a general, right? So they go like walking back into this like ship bay, and there's like hundreds of clone troopers, and they all have like their masks painted to look like her face.
Wow.
Like they painted all their helmets to look like her. And they're like, Commander? And she's like, you don't have to call me Commander anymore. I'm not a commander. And they're like, sounds good, Commander. And they're just like, it's just like so much respect for her, you know?
Yeah,
Like, we miss you and we love you. And then Anakin like gives her lightsabers back. And it's just like this super touching moment where he's like, these still belong to you. Like, I still care for you and love you. Super touching. And then like if the rest of the season follows her, and so like she has that Force moment where she's like, oh fuck, like Anakin just became Darth Vader. She like feels it, and it is, dude, heave cried because she just had where she's like, no, like I should have seen this coming, you know? It's fucking terrible. Yeah. It's so sad. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Yeah, that was weird. So I have something I really wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, what's that?
But if there were other things that were on the docket that I'm just like trampling over, I don't mean to be rude.
No, I mean, I wanted to see if anybody knew anything about the Bohemian Grove, that whole society.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the Jones stuff then for a while.
Because that like, so
I don't, is the Bohemian Grove, is that the thing with Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein, or is that?
So
this is
they
where
think
they
that
like
it's connected.
They took the kids, they make them fuck kids, so that they have like dirt on them.
So initially, it was like a society of kind of like that masquerade concept, where like anonymity is the name of the game, and as soon as you step on the grounds, then it's fucking anything goes. And
I don't like that at all.
But it wasn't kids like initially. Like they think that it got weirder and weirder as time went on.
Well, it's weird to begin with, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like being a part of anything where there's anonymity and anything goes clause.
Yeah, heads up. If you have to wear a cloak to be a part of anything, get out of that thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Unless it's Hogwarts, in which case I'm a fucking Gryffindor and you ain't taking that from me. But yeah, it's what blows my mind is that the untouchable like mindset that you have to have, like the ego that it takes to fucking be a part of anything like that.
Yeah, it's insane.
We're like, not only am I gonna do anything I fucking want, I'm also gonna be able to maintain my anonymity because I have this much power. Nobody can take that anonymity away from me.
Yeah,
it's like I can't even sign up to or register for a political party without people calling me 12 fucking times a day.
Yeah.
And texting me at all hours of the day, telling me who to vote for. And you can fuck goats?
Yeah.
With a fucking Poughkeepsie killer mask on? Like, you look like a witch doctor and you're putting your crank in an armadillo right now.
Yeah.
And you get away with it.
Yeah.
And people are telling me to fucking vote for you. It's insane.
Well, it's insane that it got to the point to where they were like, yeah, we don't care that you guys know that this thing exists.
Right. It's like the Epstein thing.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, yeah, he didn't kill himself. And the government was like, yep. The Bohemian Grove thing, seriously, just, I don't know. just fucks with me so much.
It's so weird.
It's ego. It's all ego. It's
Yeah.
just like the fact that these people are so oblivious.
Yeah.
Or fully aware. And
I think of how weird it's got to be when you start to like get when you start to move up the ladder, right? In the government or in whatever fame you may have, right? And you start to get more famous and you're like thinking, oh, there's paparazzi, there's fans, how am I going to deal with that? And then somebody goes, hey, are you in the $1 Million Big Boy Club now?
And you're like, what's the $1 Million Big Boy Club?
Well, it's where us big boys take little boys out on dates.
What?
And you're like,
that seems weird. What are the positives? I mean, I feel like there's a catch here, aside from
no, it's just a great
dating
time
a
for
child.
everybody.
The kids are cool with it?
Yeah.
Really? What do their parents think?
Parents?
Yeah.
We adopted them. That's the best part.
So you're dating your own adopted kid?
Yeah, but they're not blood, so it's not weird.
Is there blood, though?
I mean, at first.
Okay. What, do you go to, like, Chuck E. Cheese?
Look, I feel like you're not being cool, and this is really only... Obviously, the $1 Million Big Boy Club is for cool people.
So fucked.
But yeah, I mean,
by the way, that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Guy's not aware of the $1 Million Big Boy Club, gets asked to be in the $1 Million Big Boy Club, says, no, I'm good. Gets asked again, and he's like, okay, no, I just told you, Doug, no, not interested. Then Doug's buddy Steve is like, hey, $1 Million Big Boy Club. And he's like, how many people are fucking in this? And he's like, everyone. Like, we're all in it. Parties are fucking rad. We have so much Percocet. It's unbelievable. And he's like, well, Percocet's cool. And then he goes to the party and he's like, you guys get the Perkies? And they're like, the kids or the drug? And he's like, what? And they're like, yeah, you asked for the Perkies. He's like, yeah, the Percocet. They told me about the Percocet. And they're like, oh, new recruit? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, all right, cool. Come get some Percocet. He goes and does Percocet and he's like drinking cocaine out of a fire hose and like taking a champagne bath. And he's like, this is fucking wild. The $1 Million Big Boy Club this is really something. I can't believe why aren't we telling everyone about this? And they're like, well, we can't really tell everyone about this. Notice everyone here is dressed like a bird.
Also, not everybody's millionaires, you idiot.
Yeah. And you're like, okay. But what's with the bird thing? And they're like, remember when he asked about the Perkies? Yeah. What do you mean? There's a playroom upstairs. You want to go check it out? Playroom? Like your kids' toys? More kids than toys, but yeah. Come on up here. Are you going to play like blocks? No. You'll see. And then they go upstairs and there's just like fucking ESPN Sports Center hosts and fucking executives from Disney and Starbucks and fucking Best Buy and like the weird guy from Carl's Jr. that you're like, how does he still have his fucking membership here? And he's like, put your dick through that fucking cheeseburger for me. And that's, dude, it's insane to me.
It is.
To me, it's like remember the movie This Is the End?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that party.
Yeah.
Except there's people banging children.
Yeah. It's so, I don't like, so it goes back to like wives' tales, like these ideas that there's like mythology, that's what I'm looking for. The mythos of like the Illuminati.
Okay, yeah.
Right, shit like that. And people are like, we could just do that. We could get robes, we could get weird. And then somebody's like, hey, actually glad you brought it up because I know a fuckload about Illuminati. And then they made the club, they do the thing, and then they're like, okay, so who are we gonna kill first? I'm like, whoa, what? Well, yeah, do you guys know anything about the Illuminati? No. And then that guy...
We just really like pinball, and we don't want people to know
a dead
about
body onto the table, and I'm like, well, fuck.
Right.
Now we really do have to keep this shit a secret.
Right. Well, it's like the whole skull and bones thing.
Yeah.
You know? Like the fraternity where they like literally have to have sex with a goat.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that seems a little bit brash, don't you think? I mean, I thought we were hazing people, not doing bestiality. And they're like, that is hazing. And you're like, I mean, I thought hazing was just like making people run outside butt naked and then going to the fucking community pool. And you're like, no. No, this is real hazing where you have sex with farm animals.
Yeah.
Like, God in heaven, that sounds terrible. And they're like, but the perks. And you're like, what perks? And they're like, most of us are going to be president. And you're like, huh? Well, not all of us, but like one of us is going to run JP Morgan. One of us is going to be president. One of us is going to run Morgan Stanley.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Member FDIC.
Like if that's your thing, right? You're a part of one of these weird elite groups. I've never understood like the sense of like pride in something like that, in some type of
like
club
the
like
Freemasons.
that. Yeah.
Which I still don't know what they do.
I mean,
Nobody knows what they do.
There's one in Monticello.
A Freemasons club?
Yeah.
That's super weird.
I know, but like, I can't wrap my head around like, I like being a comic. That's pretty fucking cool. Chilling in the green room. That's pretty cool. But if another comic started trying to slide weird shit into just being a comic, you know what I mean? Like, why does there have to be more to it than just, can't we just be basketball players? Or like, can't we just be, government officials who like want to make like positive change? Why do we have to fuck goats?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Again, it's like it's all ego. That's what it is, though. It's like once you get into that position, the thrill of getting into that position is gone.
Oh, I got you.
So like, what else are you gonna do for the thrill?
And then it's the whole dominance thing. Like, we're making you fuck that goat, and that's like,
yeah, I would say to an extent, but it's like those kids at the Skull and Bones kids were all at Yale. It's like we got into Yale. Yale's the most prestigious university in the country.
Wait, so is that movie Skull and Bones like supposed to be like? Did you ever see that? The Skulls, was that supposed to be about Skull and Bones?
I think so.
Because I remember seeing the trailer for
It's
it.
like a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, it's very old.
Well, but yeah, the Skull and Bones is like a society at Yale. So it's like you got into Yale. Good for you. Well done. What's going to bring that thrill? And you're like, graduating from Yale Law. And they're like, cool. What's going to fill that in the meantime? Like, I don't know. I was thinking about joining a fraternity. And you're like, what kind of fraternity? And they're like, the beer one? I don't know. Like, I got something better. We got Old McDonald's farm here in the basement with a little goat here and a little pig there. Here a pig, fuck a pig. Everywhere is a fucking pig. I don't know. So that's...
I feel like we've given so many examples, and it keeps going.
Yeah, it just keeps going. But it's because it's hard to let go.
Yeah,
You're like, this is insane. Like that. And it's no longer conspiracy theory, right? Like conspiracy theory and
I got it.
You're good.
Hey, team. We swear this show is not about fucking kids. Or goats.
Are we cutting all that? What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. We talked about fucking kids so much.
Yeah, we can cut it if you want to. I got something that's not about fucking kids, but it's something that I really want to talk about. It's kind of about fucking.
Okay. Wait,
not about
butt
me.
fucking or about fucking?
It's kind of about fucking. It's not about me fucking. It's about other people fucking. And it's driving me fucking nuts. It's been like 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks. It's literally been like 4 days of me being fucking furious about this. But Okay, so Caitlin, like, Saturday morning, Caitlin's like, hey, you want to go out to breakfast? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. She's like, let's go to the Cornerstone Cafe. I'm like, fuck yeah. So we went to the Cornerstone Cafe. While we're there, Caitlin tells me, or while we're on the way, or that morning, something like that, Caitlin tells me about how she, like, posted in the Monticello community group, right? Have you heard this? Have you seen this?
I saw part of it.
It's fucking unbelievable.
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, Caitlin posts in the Monticello community group and is like, what's fun to do here? And then people started commenting. There were some hilarious comments. Like, one person was like, Fleet Farm's pretty cool. And then this person was like, the tire section smells awesome. You know, it's like really funny. And then this dude fucking comments and is like, if you're into swingers, we have a pretty vibrant swingers community.
They do.
Just go to like Fet like club or something.
FetLife?
FetLife.com.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So I have questions for you. Is Monticello a swingers town?
Yeah, I actually have a funny story about that.
Okay.
I worked with a guy who used to do. Okay.
Is the whole
Backtrack.
town a swingers town? I need to know this. I like the town a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not fucking raising a family in a place where people's parents are fucking other parents.
Yeah. Sitting on balloons and shit.
What?
Yeah. Anyways. So
No, anyways.
yeah,
Sitting on balloons?
some people are into sitting on balloons and watching them pop. Like gets their blood pumping.
That's a fetish?
Yeah. It's a really funny one.
I mean, like, naked, though, right? Yeah. Okay, because I was like, this just seems weird. It's just
I wonder if
fully
that
clothed.
person also, like, never understood why they liked whoopee cushions so much. But, so...
Is that a whoopee cushion? I got a boner, damn it. Okay,
So,
keep going, though.
This,
Put the fucking guitar down.
Yeah. So this guy that I
Just
worked
brought a
with...
string instrument into the podcast.
it's a brass instrument. Thank you very much.
Okay, keep going.
And he was telling me, I forget how it came up. Somebody brought up swingers. And he was like, "Nah, I have a story to tell." So this guy that used to do his taxes was like oddly inquisitive about what him and his ex-wife were doing like for the weekend. What plans, guys? What do you guys, anything fun? Anything fun going on? Oh, you guys should come over sometime. And he's like oddly like friendly for some guy doing my taxes. Like, I don't want any part of that shit. And years later, that guy was shot in a crime of passion because he was in a swingers club. And so like it was all mutual, I guess, from the beginning, but then the guy and this dude's wife started hooking up without the other two knowing. The guy came home, found out about it, and shot him. So that guy that I worked with was like, now I get why he was asking what we were doing every fucking weekend. It's because
He wants to fuck my wife.
yeah, this guy wants to watch me sit on balloons.
So, anyway, I just went off about swingers.
Yeah, FetLife. I remember hearing about that a while ago.
I just went off. It is, to me, and I'm not trying to kink shame here. That's not the objective of this. If you are genuinely into, and your partner is also into, and then there's another couple and they're into, giving another box a try,
Yeah.
I guess more power to you. But also, don't be married.
That's the weird thing. It's like I've never been able to understand. I've been a jealous kid from day one. Like I can't wrap my head around it. I don't get it.
To me, it's not even the jealousy. That doesn't make sense.
Well, but
or the lack thereof.
Just for me, like I can't.
Yeah, sure. I get that. What I don't get though is the guise of being so committed to somebody that you will take their hand in marriage.
Uh-huh.
And then 15 years down the road, be like, hey, weird thought, honey. What do you think of Doug? And she's like, Doug? And you're like, yeah, the neighbor. And she's like, I don't know. Spends a lot of time in the garage. And you're like, yeah. He's got a really hot wife, and I'd like to have sex with her. Would you like to have sex with Doug? And she's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you asked because I really want to bang Doug.
I think it's more...
Doesn't that seem weird? Is that weird? It's swingers. What are you doing?
I think it's more...
How can you be committed to somebody and also...
It happens more naturally than that. Because think about this. Have you ever thought about having a threesome?
Not lately.
Well, I didn't mean like last week. I meant in general.
Yeah, as a fucking 15-year-old when I was like, dude, how sweet would it be to have chicks with huge boobs and butts on me? Yeah.
Right? Not that hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah, but to me, it's the matrimony. That's what gets me.
So there are married couples who have threesomes.
Yeah, still weird.
So now...
Nope.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's
no.
But
do I get what you're saying? Absolutely, Chris.
From what I understand, because I've met couples who do this, and like I said, I can't get there.
Couples from the playground?
No.
Spent a lot of time swinging?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So weird. Do they have kids?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And okay, so you're such good friends with this other couple that you drink together, whatever, and somehow it comes up. So it's not like somebody is as direct as your
Yeah, but
example.
there's clubs. You don't join the club and then you're like, one day we'll get there.
Yeah, now there's clubs. Like, so FetLife.
I didn't go to the website. Because not my speed.
Yeah, this was, I don't even know how many years ago. I remember going to it and being like, what is this, 1990s? This website looks very outdated.
Well, this is because they don't have to. Their market is set. They already locked in the market. They don't have to. Their marketing department is 0 people.
Yeah. Which goes back to that whole clubs thing.
You're either in it or you're not.
Yeah.
Or into it or you're not.
So the strangest, and I'm doing my best not to shame these people, but I just would never in a million years think of this. Transfusion fetish.
Putting someone else's blood in you? Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's so vampiric.
Not even vampiric.
I know, but it's like the concept of being like, put your blood in me, and I'm going to put something else in you. Dude, I can't. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, kink shaming is wrong. It is. Because, like, people can't help it, you know? And, like, there are unlawful kinks that are rightfully prosecuted, you know?
Yes.
Some of which we've spoken about already today, you know? But, like, to me, it's the concept itself of, like, how can you have a family? And also... Isn't that weird? That's so weird to me. To be like, what are you guys doing tonight, Mom and Dad? And you're like, oh, we're going to a party at Jim and Sally's. And then the next morning, you're like giving your kid orange juice, and your hand smells like Sally's vagina.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about our friends that do burlesque.
Not that it wouldn't be weird if your hand smelled like their mom's vagina. You know, they're like, Dad, it smells like fish. And you're like, whoa, we had a lot of cod last night. Is that...
Well,
am I fucking completely out of my mind here?
I think...
And how prevalent is this? Is Monticello a fucking swingers community?
Yes.
Does everybody swing there?
I don't know about everybody, but there's a lot of it.
Has it always been like that, or is this new?
So the story that I told you was from 8 years ago.
And it's still happening today.
Apparently, if that guy's...
Yeah, but the kid isn't married. And it was like a kid. He was like younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh,
in
so
his
they're-
profile picture, it just looked like somebody was just promoting a website that they wanted people to go to because they're like an admin or like they have an ad for fucking Extends pills or something that's making them money.
So he's probably like a polyamory kid.
Well, I was thinking maybe he was more of like a like trying to push a product that like you go to this website and
Could
then
have been trolling
yeah, that too.
because it's like,
So-
go to FetLife. No, but people, just by the name, you're not going to know what that is. And you go
See,
there.
and I've never heard anybody joke about FetLife though.
Okay.
And
You know
that's
what I
what like
mean?
me either. Caitlin's like, is that like fetish life? I'm like, 100% it's
Just-
about fetish life.
Just because you said like people were like, go to Fleet Farm. Oh, the tires smell good.
Yeah.
And then FetLife. In that context.
Followed by that. I gotcha. That makes sense.
But it was like I don't know if I can even find the fucking post.
I don't know. Maybe in like 15 years, that's you.
I don't think so. I don't know.
15 years ago,
Yeah.
if I had to go back
Yeah, I
to
suppose.
myself, they'd be like, what the fuck?
I suppose.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I don't mean to like, throw anything out there, but like you think about, we have friends that do burlesque and they have kids. You know what I mean? And they go
Yeah.
home and they live completely normal. Like the world is a very complicated place, and I think the more that the kink shame stuff goes away. Not that burlesque is a kink in itself necessarily, but like
the
more-
burlesque is like a celebration, I feel like, of individuality and like showmanship, and
right. But
it's a talent. It takes talent to be a burlesque and like real willpower, to like power through any insecurities you may have. Whereas like swinging, I feel like is just like
that's
you just
explained the whole thing though.
but it's like a covet thy neighbor's wife sort of situation. Like it's just so weird to me.
I don't know. That stuff's all bullshit.
Yeah, I think
Covet thy neighbor's wife or the swingers.
I think I get where you're going. I've been feeling the vibe. It's just an exciting thing.
Am I irritating you right now? I can't tell.
No, you're
Oh,
good.
okay.
No, she just is far more progressive than you are. You fucking
I'm not trying. I don't think it has anything to do with progressivism or
No.
conservatism. I don't think it's a. I don't think
Just
it's
something you can't relate to.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's more of what it is. It's just like it's wrapping my head around like acting upon feelings that in themselves are contradictory to like any vows you've taken to be with. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
It's like it's
So it's
almost an oxymoron in itself.
people have the viewpoint that pleasure is pleasure. So that doesn't mean that you're now in love with this other thing. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
And so if you learn that your partner finds joy in this other thing, and you know each other, so you know that it doesn't change that relationship between you, then you're not going to give a shit, and it won't feel like anything other than what it is, which is just an activity. You know what I mean? So like, from what I gather, that's the sentiment, but I'm explaining it again, not one that I can ever I would not be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I could not be buds with somebody and be like, so hey, how was Kim last night?
Right.
Hell yeah, I love when she does that. I could never do that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes Kim and I will just pretend that we've never had sex with anybody before, except for each other. That's how insecure I am.
Yeah.
You want a vegan hot take?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I think if it's okay to kill an animal, it should be legal to have sex with one.
Wow, that's a really interesting.
Because I think if I had to choose between being stabbed with a knife and stabbed with a dick,
That is such a solid point.
Oh God.
Wow,
Well, I don't want to eat chicken anymore.
that's so good.
Christ.
Could you imagine being in a courtroom and somebody drops that bombshell and you go, oh, fuck. I would say counter argument. You don't need to fuck an animal to survive.
you have to eat animals to survive.
That's the viewpoint.
Well, you need protein to survive, but
What
You
about,
know
what
what I
about
mean? Like,
protein?
like there's no sustenance.
Yeah,
in-
you don't necessarily.
dying?
You don't need animal protein.
Am I dying? I'm dying, aren't I?
But you have protein in your diet.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
I know. That's what
okay.
I'm not saying you need animal protein.
I'm saying there's no sustenance viewpoint. Like there's sustenance in killing. But,
There's pleasure.
And also,
but I mean,
you
that's
need
not,
to have sex to propagate the species.
right.
So they need to have sex to propagate their species.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about survival, really the ultimate rules of survival are pass on your genes. And you can't pass on your genes unless you have sex and eat.
All right.
So,
See
what I'm saying?
Here's what you should do. You're not allowed to kill an animal unless you fuck it first. And that's how we turn everybody into vegans.
Or just some really, really weird people get all the cows.
I was gonna say, I feel like you would get people on board just from like, oh, if you want to eat that, you have to kill it. People are gonna sign off. They're not gonna sign off. They're like, oh, never mind.
See, so the conservationist side of the argument.
It's a weird one.
Have you killed an animal?
Yes, I have. Because it killed other animals.
Ah. Was it Epstein?
No.
Oh.
No. But yeah, I have killed an animal before. But like I said, it was a fox.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because it was eating all the wood duck eggs. It was climbing into the nests of all the wood ducks, and it was eating all the ducks' eggs. It was taking the eggs out of the nest.
Okay.
And eating them all. And the wood duck species where I was dying off because there were so many foxes and so few wood ducks were able to raise their ducklings because they were being eaten before they hatched.
So, like, did the county say we're allotting...
This was in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So
you just did it?
Well, I was a part of a group that did it. It was me.
Well, that's what I mean.
It was me
like
and two other people.
The DNR will usually release tags and say, like, because this is happening...
I don't know if with foxes you need that.
Okay.
Maybe. Because I think they're varmint or whatever. I think they're considered that. It's like how, like, coyotes, like farmers will kill coyotes because they're killing their livestock.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting.
But, like, in the case of that fox, then, like, you take... It's like, the best example for me is, like, fishing.
Okay.
Right? So, although inadvertent, you're, like, contributing to the circle of life in a weird way by fishing, even though you're, like... The circle of life exists without you in it. You know, the ecosystem exists without you in it. But it's like, as you insert yourself into the ecosystem, there are ways with which...
2 hours later.
I didn't write any brought to yous. I totes forgot.
You didn't write any?
No, I totally forgot.
There's some in there, so it's all good.
All right.
Damn. Did you write any?
Yeah, I put one in there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I totally spaced. My bad, dude. I've been looking at that thing fearfully the whole fucking podcast.
That's
Two.
hilarious.
I put 2 in there.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. So that makes up for me because I usually only have one good one, and 2 good ones from you is like 6 good ones from me.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Tang. That's right, the same granulated sand found on Mars now coursing through your veins and mid-sized SUV.
That's pretty good. This episode of Dude Absolutely is... You know what? I'm doing a different voice this time.
Okay, take 2.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Halloweenies. Hot dogs with the middle cord out. We charge the same for them because we know you can't control your need to consume.
I was trying to be Marvin.
I caught that.
Okay. I was just hoping there wasn't too much Ray in there.
Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Little meat wad.
There was a little meat wad, little Morano.
Morano?
Wait,
that's mean.
Right? Isn't that his name?
No, it's
Ray.
Ray Romano.
Oh, Romano.
Not Morano. You dick.
He probably got called that when he was
Probably.
He just pulled up like some dark past.
It's funny.
Oh, yeah. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by girls all dressing up as Harley Quinn for Halloween. We get it.
We get it. You've never seen Batman.
This
That was, too, this is so hard voice to do.
You could do another one.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Owl People. Scary to look at and impossible to understand.
I feel like your voice is overshadowing the reeds.
Do you want me to not then?
No.
How do you think I feel when you do the full-blown German one?
The German one? I feel like that's
This episode of Dude Absolutely is
because
brought to you by...
this guy feels like, he's telling you some things. Okay, kids, today we're going to learn about... on this episode of Dude Absolutely.
You know what it sounds to me like, Chris, is maybe you got the bar set differently for different people. Being a hypocrite.
Look, what I'm trying to say is that there are some people that were born with better genetics than others, and it's just not my fault. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by bite-sized Butterfinger bars. Rest of that candy can go to hell and die.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Lysol flavored Tootsie Rolls. Do you remember Tide Pods? These ones are edible.
Was that you? Lysol flavored Tootsie Roll? That was you? Wow.
Yeah.
Is that it for the...
Oh, I don't know.
So this is Mara's.
This might be...
But of course.
I mean, I don't mean to... All right, I'll say all of these things afterwards, but I have a lot of thoughts. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by 2 Girls, 1 Cupping. Ancient Chinese medicine for degenerates. This might be the most well-written brought to you by I think I've ever read. I mean, that's so good. 2 Girls, 1 Cupping. That is fucking, like, I'm blindsided by how fucking good that is.
I thought you hated it for a second. I'm like, oh God.
No.
What did I do?
But just like
It totally threw. I felt like,
it's a fucking... First of all,
I hate to say euphoric, but I don't know what else to say.
First of all, like at its root, it's a really good pun.
Yeah.
Like it just is it's a pun. But it's so much more than a pun. Like it's like it encompasses everything that 2 Girls, 1 Cup is and everything that cupping is. In one sentence.
That was incredible.
Ancient Chinese medicine for degenerates. It's fucking beautiful. God, that's good.
So good. 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I'm really glad I didn't write any because that overshadows all of them.
Yeah, that was...
So I didn't waste any potentially good ideas on the week that the...
I'm glad that wasn't the first one, and I can't believe that was the last one.
Wow. Ancient Chinese secret, man.
No shit.
God, that's fucking good. That hits different.
Ni hao, Kailan.
Isn't ni hao Japanese or is that Chinese?
What was ni hao?
I think she's Chinese.
Ni hao is hello in either Mandarin or Japanese.
Yeah, I want to say it's Chinese.
Ni hao. There was like literally a song that we learned.
There's a
in
cartoon,
school.
Ni hao, Kailan.
It must be Chinese.
Yeah, it says Chinese.
Yeah. Is it Mandarin?
Because xie. Thank you.
Is
It says traditional. I don't know.
okay, so that might be Cantonese then.
Very well, maybe.
Because that's what they...
Is that the one that
That's the one
Wayne knows?
Bruce Wayne?
No, Wayne's World.
Oh, I don't know. That was a really good part.
That's the cross promotion. It's just that.
I think
Dude,
that's...
Yeah, we
absolutely.
gotta fucking do a cross promotion.
All right. Should we talk about...
It'd be funny to
who
do
we are?
one where we're just trying to figure out what to do. And then
Dude, that's
a
what
30
it should
second.
be.
So we're two friends.
No, I think we do what you just said. I think that's hilarious.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Chris.
Hey, man.
Start over. That was so unnatural.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I nailed it, but go ahead.
I did not nail it, is what I'm saying. Hey, Chris.
Hey, dude.
What?
Huh?
My bad.
What do you got going on next week?
What?
Yeah, you got anything going on next Wednesday?
Well, yeah, we'll be recording.
Oh, shit. No, next Tuesday. Try again.
What?
Hey,
what's next Tuesday?
Who's on first? Now. Okay, so.
Okay, should we start over? That's so funny. Why am I having so much fun with this? All right. Hey, Chris.
Hey, man.
Why do you keep not saying my name?
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's getting weird.
I'm trying to assert dominance.
Well, that's fair.
Even though you're my best friend and I printed out a photo of you and it sits there on the mantle for everyone to see.
Well, you're the top for sure. I am power bottom at best.
I mean, I feel like I have to be a bottom just because
yeah,
I'm so low to the ground.
Yeah, you are. You are. Anyway, what's up?
Well, I was just
I don't know
wondering,
why I'm talking like this.
you got anything going on next Tuesday?
I feel good. Yeah, the next episode of Dude Absolutely comes out next Tuesday. So I will be listening to that.
Hell yeah. Does that happen every Tuesday?
Every fucking Tuesday, man.
Dude.
Actually, you know when it really happens? Like 11:55 Monday night.
Monday? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you subscribe, then you'll know that nugget of knowledge.
Should we start over again?
Sure.
Okay. This is my favorite part of today's episode.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Adam.
That's not my name, you silly goose.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, who cares?
You're my best friend. I should know that.
Well, it's okay. So what's up, man?
Well, I was just thinking. You know how we love comic
That's
books?
new. What's
oh,
up?
Shit.
It's all right.
You know how we love comic books?
Yeah.
And comedy?
Yeah.
And are progressive by way of hiring a transgender woman for free labor?
Yeah. That's not.
I feel like we should keep that train going.
Hire more transgender women?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, I don't know if I'm down to enslave people.
They're interns. It's not slavery.
Interns can't be older than you.
Oh.
Well, like, apparently they can, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn proved that.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting sidetracked. Which you'll hear a lot of if you tune into Dude Absolutely.
Yeah. Every Tuesday, something's happening.
Yeah, and usually it's dumb, but we have a good time.
This is a terrible promotion.
That's all right.
We're doing a bad job.
We don't do that good of a job on our show anyway.
Well, the numbers would suggest otherwise.
Yeah, well, it's not about the job we do. It's about the fun we have and the fun you'll have if you tune into Dude Absolutely.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
That was really good.
Yeah, my heart's warm now.
Mara?
I talk about my surgically constructed vagina a lot.
Hell yeah.
And it is deep, from what we understand.
No.
Oh, it's not deep.
Right.
Hard to hear. Anyway, same team. We all think I'm an idiot. Anyway, so Chris, this is already way more than 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's
and
a
we're
lot
doing
more
a
than
pretty
30
shit
seconds.
job. I think we try to maybe do it one more time.
One more time.
But we should keep all this in. This is good content.
Yeah, I like it.
It's actually really bad content, but that's what makes it good Dude Absolutely content.
Yeah.
That's what we should say. That's the whole bit.
What is it?
What is Dude Absolutely? Horrible content that makes for a great show. Because we don't do good content.
Bad content, good time.
Yes.
Bad content, good time.
That should be our show slogan.
But also, I don't think that's going to make people want to come to the show.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? Didn't we learn that when we're promoting comedy shows, we're supposed to
Actually
not
be serious
self-deprecate?
about-
Self-deprecating happens when you're on stage, not in the promos.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, Chris.
Hey, man.
God damn it.
We've been doing this almost 6 months.
I burped again.
Oh.
Should I not do that on the promo, probably? Yeah, probably
Try it
not.
again.
All right. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Alex.
How's it going, man?
I'm good.
Good.
You know, every Tuesday, you can tune in to hear myself, Alex, and our producer, Mara, talk about shallow vaginas, comedy, the ins and outs of the Bohemian Grove.
Jeez, man. No. Just keep it high level.
Okay.
And the opening thing, I mean, how many times have we talked about shallow vaginas on this show? Twice. Every Tuesday we revisit shallow vaginas and the Bohemian Grove.
It's intriguing.
I mean, it is, but also like,
Oh yeah, we need the clickbait.
it's not that deep of a topic.
You know what? You know what? Clickbait. How about clickbait?
Stop, Chris. Clickbait is just the
Tip of the iceberg.
Oh, nice.
Also,
zip it up and zip it out of here.
might as well be Neverland because it doesn't exist.
Well, it did exist.
Oh, did it?
Some bad things happen to kids there. Anyway, Neverland.
I was talking about clitoris being a.
I know. And I'm talking about Neverland in Michael Jackson's backyard, man.
Oh, right?
Okay.
I feel like there wasn't a single clitoris on Neverland.
Certainly not. Okay.
No.
Hey, Chris.
But if you go around in circles long enough,
God damn it.
you'll end up right back at the.
Yeah. Call that the wild thing, huh?
Yeah. It's like, like a taco boat,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
but less Doritos. What I'm trying to say is every Tuesday.
No. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Alex.
How are you?
I'm good, dude.
Good. That's excellent.
Yeah.
We were having a good week, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Wednesday, but yesterday was a good day because the newest episode of Dude Absolutely came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's our show, but we're jaded enough to listen to our own crap stuff, videos.
Jaded enough?
Jaded's wrong. It's egocentric is
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
Yeah, we love ourselves.
Yeah.
Here, I got it.
Okay, do your thing. Okay.
Hey, listeners. Every Tuesday, tune in to Dude Absolutely podcast to listen to two best friends and their wonderfully amazing producer, Mara, discuss cultural topics, comic books, and just all around have a good time and want everybody to enjoy our company.
Yeah, man. That sounds great. You know what else is cool?
What?
The Dude Absolutely Podcast merch store. Head over to Duck Duck Grey Duke on teespring.com. Get some merch for yourself, for your cousins, for your uncles, for the dog.
Yeah, for the dog.
Yeah, get one of those baby t-shirts and put it on your hound.
Little hound hoodies.
Yeah, either way. Tune in to Dude Absolutely so you can listen to Chris and I, along with Mara. Just kind of dick around. Have a good time. Talk about stuff that we enjoy. Talk about stuff we don't enjoy. And bring you along for what can only be described as an hour and a half of upsy downsies.
Upsy downsies. Hey, Mara,
Hello.
do you like movies?
No.
Oh, fuck. Alex,
Yeah.
do you like movies?
Yeah.
Do you like comedy?
Yeah.
And do you love friendship?
Oh, man, do I ever.
Well, if any of that resonates with you listeners, tune in every Tuesday to Dude Absolutely.
That's great, Chris. I'm going to do that. Oh, wait. I'm on it.
You am that.
Whoops.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. You got a premise this week?
Kinda.
There's a promo somewhere in there. I'll figure it out.
You got plenty of material. It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
audio, right? Just cut it together.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of you.
Chop it up, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some record scratches in there.
I used to get bullied all the time, which actually was something we talked about today already. Yeah. But I used to get bullied a lot. And I wasn't bullied by like one guy, and I wasn't bullied by like the same group of people. It was like I was always the beta, so I always got picked on no matter who the bully was. It was like I was their target, you know, for like a long time. That's how it was. And it took me a long time to realize that like bullying wasn't a reflection of me, it was a reflection of them. But I still remember the first time I ever witnessed the reflection of them, and it completely changed my perspective. I was at my bully's house, believe it or not. I used to hang out with him because I didn't have any other friends. I had just moved to Maple Grove, and I didn't have a lot of friends at the time. So I just knew this kid, so I would go over to his house and hang out. I was hanging out in the basement with him. We were sitting on the couch watching TV, and his brother ran downstairs and just started running a pizza cutter on his arm. Just attacked him with a pizza cutter.
Oh! I thought you said.
Yeah. So his brother.
I thought you were saying that he came down and was like, "Watch this, guys," and started doing it to himself. And you guys were like, "There's no pizza in sight."
No, his brother attacked him with a pizza cutter.
Jesus.
Yep. And then like 2 weeks later, they taped a bunch of pillows to their other brother and just sent him down the stairs on a bike. Yep. So I was like, oh, this is why he's mean to me. Because he gets the shit beaten out of him by other people. And then, years later, I heard the story of another kid who used to bully me all the time. And he was on my hockey team, and he told me about how he like showed up to hockey with a black eye. And I was like, what happened to you? And he's like, yeah, my brother punched me in the face. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, he walked up to the kitchen table and he just like had a banana peel in his hand. And it was like right here. And he's like, you want to see my banana? And I just like smacked the banana, but his dick was in there. And so he just started beating the shit out of me. And I was like, your brother beat the shit out of you because he showed you his dick? And he's like, yeah, that's what big brothers do. And I was like, I don't do that to my brother at all, but you sound like your life kind of sucks. So you feel free to call me a pussy whenever you want to, I guess. I don't care. But I don't know how to make that a joke. It's just true. That's just what happened.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten less funny every week for the last like month.
Well, dude, you think about it, once a week coming up with something new.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I know, but it's also like.
It's tough to make every single one of them land.
Well, no, I'm doing no stage time either. So it's like I have no practice like actually doing jokes.
I think like
but the stories themselves like are I guess kind of funny. But to me it's the perspective I want to. It's like Grant kind of inspired me, which is why I want to talk about this because I think like I can tie it into like social construct.
Yes.
A lot more. Like this is something I can actually have a real voice on. It's like I fucking hate bullying, and right now I see bullying on both sides of the political aisle, and it drives me fucking nuts. It's like the whole Chris Pratt thing.
What Chris Pratt thing?
Did you hear about how like the internet rated the Chris's of Hollywood, and he got rated the lowest because he's a Christian, basically?
Okay.
People literally were like assigning to him that he's like anti-LGBT, and he's like a really bad person, and he doesn't think gays should exist, and he fucking hates people who aren't Christian and all this stuff because he believes in God.
I think it was a specific church.
Well, I was going to say
they say
that
his
very specific example.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it's not him,
right?
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's like he didn't do it,
but he learned about it and chose to. You could be a Christian anywhere.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
is
what I'm
stocking
saying
his
is,
guns and saying
the same thing that you're accusing him of doing is what you're doing to him.
This is that whole intolerant of the intolerant thing. Like you can't.
So what you're saying? Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
What you're saying is it's not okay for Chris to be affiliated with something that has views that you don't agree with, but it is okay for you to cancel somebody and take away.
I didn't say cancel.
That's what people were asking for. They want him to be done.
Okay.
They want Marvel to cancel his contracts. That's what people are saying online.
That's not a big deal, though.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The guy is still a
cares?
multi-millionaire.
I know. What I'm saying is, like, you don't know the guy.
Okay.
He didn't say any of these things. A church he goes to did. And that's fucked up. But, like, that doesn't... Guilty by association is a really tricky, slippery slope. And this is what bothers me. It's like, you want to say, like...
But that's my point, is that once you learn about the thing, your actions afterwards tell the story of where you're... whether you're an ally or not. So if you learn that this organization supported conversion therapy and still makes claims. They only changed their stance when Chris promoted them and everybody got on him and he was like, hey guys, the people are saying this stuff. And they were like, yeah.
So he even brought the attention to them because he was unaware of this, is what you're saying?
So he was unaware of it.
Right. And
but then learned about it. And they just were like, yeah, but you know.
What I have a problem with.
They didn't change anything. All they did was say sorry.
Okay. So
in his eyes, that was enough. And he said, I'm still gonna. It's like I'm not. I don't know, man. If he didn't know about it and then changed affiliations, fine. Because you can be, like I said, non-denominational. There's all kinds of options. And still be Christian and still hold his values. That's fine. I don't give a fuck about that. Because he does seem like a solid individual.
Yeah.
But when you decide... Because what's the point? Why stay with that church? There's no reason to dig your heels in.
Maybe he really likes one of the pastors at the church.
So then be buds with that guy and go fucking do something else.
Maybe he really likes the way that their fucking childcare is while he's in service. And they take really good care of his kids. And his kids are learning things that he appreciates.
But as soon as they learn that his kid might be gay...
What I'm saying is...
So there's gray, right? There's gray on both sides of the spectrum in that scenario.
Yeah.
Canceling the guy, I don't know. I feel like if he's going to continue to promote that church, then you might have to relinquish some things because that church doesn't seem to give a fuck about its past at all and doesn't want to change the fact that it's the way that like the Mormon religion is trying to change and seem more progressive, but behind closed doors, they're still doing the same fucking thing they were always doing. You know what I mean? So like, fuck the affiliation. Who gives a shit?
Okay, so then like, why does the Pope get promoted as a good guy?
I mean, you're talking to the wrong person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's the same, like the left champions this new Pope because he's progressive. Right?
I mean,
that's true. That's what's happening. Pope Francis has been very open.
What do you mean by left?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like
the progressive people, I should say, people with progressive mindsets are championing this new Pope as a progressive individual. They're like, this is progress, right?
Right.
But like, fucking, if you're saying, according to what you're saying, and this is kind of gaslighting, but I'm going to say it anyway. Behind closed doors, the Catholic Church hasn't really changed their ways with a lot of other things.
100%.
So they're, you know what I'm saying? It's
they
like,
should cancel the fucking Catholic Church. I've been saying it for years.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, to the guy's in charge of everything, and he hasn't come out and been like, we're gonna stop all these priests from fucking kids.
Yeah, we're gonna stop the program that we have where we give them a pass out of jail,
right,
and just have them
hang
out here in the Vatican.
He said something that people like, and so then they're like, yay, Pope Francis. And it's like, well, what about all this stuff he hasn't said?
Yeah. And the years that he was speaking against homosexuals in the years...
I don't know that he ever did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Pope Francis did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
So that's what I'm saying is... So I'm the wrong guy because personal faith...
Well, religion is a tough arena to have this conversation about.
Yeah.
My whole thing about the Chris Pratt thing was it's like a current event that was easy to cherry pick.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is a topic.
So it's an easy out for him because it's just like...
Well, I don't want to die on the Chris Pratt hill with this take. My take is there's bullies on both sides, and I don't like any of them.
Sure.
You know? It's like...
I don't know, I guess what's the negative effect?
Of the bullying on both sides?
No, of the Chris Pratt thing.
What do you mean?
Like, why should I give a shit?
Well, you don't have to. I'm not telling you have to. What I'm saying is, from my perspective, it's just like, the free and open thinker people, whoever those people might be, I don't know. It's not a great description of anyone, but will claim the, like, you don't know me. You don't know who I am. You don't know my life experience. So you have no right to judge me based on one thing about me that you know about me, you know, no matter what that is, whether that's sexuality or, you know, gender identity or whatever. But then, like, on the other side, like if somebody says they're a Christian, you know, or they're
yeah, but you're framing
or
it
they're
wrong.
or they're a Trump, or they support Donald Trump or whatever, like, I don't know, like,
That's a better one.
right? So, like, let's say somebody votes for Trump. It's like a lot of people will say, like, automatically that makes them a racist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's not true. That's just not how it works. Like, to assign that, it's the guilty by association thing. It's like you're saying, like, because you voted for this person, that means you hate black people.
I would say if you vote for him a second time, because Snoop Dogg said that. He was like, you voted for him once? I don't have a problem with that.
But, like,
If you
okay, but that what I'm saying is some people are voting for Trump for reasons other than his social policies and the way he is as a human being and the way the right is on social issues. Some people are single issue voters economically.
Sure.
And they're like, I don't want to pay more in taxes, period. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody else does. That's what I'm voting for, is less taxes.
So then we say that
doesn't make him
like,
a racist.
But that's like
and on the same coin, if you vote for Joe Biden, it doesn't mean you're a fucking, like, you want the government to take control of every institution and you want all private industry to completely go away. Like, but that's what the right thinks.
I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
That's because they're dumb.
Yeah, they are dumb.
not all of them are dumb, though.
I mean, calling Biden a fucking communist.
I know.
Absolutely bonkers.
But
Stupid.
calling fucking people
Trump
who
racist?
vote for Trump Nazis is also dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like it goes both ways.
But it's gonna go. So back to that Chris Pratt thing. It goes with, once that information is introduced, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
So the person who voted for Trump, if you look at all of the things and say, yep, still on board, I don't care about all of the people that are in cages right now, as long as fiscally I'm still taken care of, then fuck that person. You know what I'm saying? So if you learn about a bad thing and then go, that doesn't care because I don't feel that way. I don't want people to be in cages, but I also like how my taxes are going right now. So I'm fine with the people in cages.
I mean, would you have voted for FDR for an additional term?
What?
I'm just answering the
I
question.
don't know
Would you?
dick about FDR.
Okay, well then this doesn't work.
Well, let's say the church. Chris Pratt didn't know that they just weren't going to let in black people. Then he found out that they don't let in black people. And then he just kept going anyway. Would there be a
Even though
different-
he loves black people.
I mean, I don't want to die on the Chris Pratt church
But
issue.
I'm just trying. That's just.
But that
like,
concept
I know.
goes with Trump. It goes with all of those things. It's all, what are you going to do with the new information? We had friends that we were buddy with, and when we learned new information, had to kind of change our stance on what our relationship was. You know what I'm
Fair.
saying?
Fair.
So, like, even though it hurts, like, a lot, like, I cried a lot over the things that happened over the summer. It's been a bad year.
Yeah.
But if I were to say, I believe all women, but what am I going to do? This is my buddy.
Yeah.
I'm spitting in the face of that thing that I've been championing. So
Sure.
even though it hurts, and again, it's an affiliation. Like a lot of the stuff when it comes to this, that whole being intolerant of the intolerant, being intolerant of the willfully ignorant is gray, for sure. because I think that but you have to have those conversations with those people. You have to say, okay, I get that you don't like the fiscal aspect of having this person in office, but can you morally deal with the baggage that comes with having your paycheck not be affected by how you vote? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think the thing that sucks for you is because you, and we've said this before in the earlier episodes, where you're a good person and you know how easy it is to not be shitty and how easy it is to welcome all ideas. Mm-hmm. It's when people take them into action, then we have that conversation. But for the most part, it feels like most people are like you and I, where we can have these conversations and we can not, feel like we have to axe each other.
Right.
And so it's tough when you see people, and I'm guilty of it. Like I only in the last 6 months have things started to change where I don't like white knight and go fucking balls to the wall on certain things. But like, I don't know. It's just, it sucks because I know your intention. And it sounds weird to say this, but like as for the listener, we have more questions. There's more to it on all angles. Like we live in the gray. I've started to call this studio gray. 1, because Grey Duke.
Right.
2, because it's gray room. 3, there is so much gray in the world. Mm-hmm. Nothing is black and white. There are so many nuances to things. But once you learn, it's like my combativeness towards the concept of absolute morality. So
expand on that.
So absolute morality is the concept that God is the like absolute moral instrument in the universe, in existence. And by taking on that mantle, and not everybody thinks this way, this is a kind of a niche thing, but I shouldn't say niche either. The concept is, because I follow in Christ, I then have absolute morality on my side.
Okay.
The issue is that the second that you learn about any immoral thing and you do nothing about it, all of that goes out the window. Right? So like, we know that there are starving children in Africa. If I were to adopt that absolutism, it's the problem with absolutism in general. If you learn about that thing and go, what am I going to do?
Now you're immoral.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you are fine with this one immoral thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't want your life to change.
Right.
But I mean, obviously that's an extreme case, but there's those micro things that happen all throughout life. And
yeah.
Well,
to me, it's like, actually, Sarah Silverman said this beautifully on her podcast, which I recommend you listen to, by the way. It's really good.
I didn't know she was still doing it.
Yeah. I think it actually just started like a month ago.
Oh, she was doing one a while. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the Sarah Silverman podcast on YouTube.
Oh.
It's pretty good. I enjoy it. And I love her, which is so funny because I hated her when I first saw it, because she was the mean girlfriend in School of Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was just like a bitch, you know?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So it turns out she's like the nicest human being. Anyway, so she talks about, she has a friend that was like used to be a neo-Nazi.
Mm.
And now he spends his days converting people out of those ideologies, I guess.
Yeah.
And like he literally talks to kids about like, don't do this. It's bad. But people go towards love.
Yes.
That's what they do. And when he was a kid and he had a hard family life and he was like smoking pot, this guy walked up to him and took the joint out of his hand and was like, dude, you don't need to do this. This is bad for you. Like, come hang out with us. You know, we will have some fun, whatever. And you can avoid people that will give you these things. Like, you don't need drugs. And he was like, all right. That guy was a Nazi. And he literally just became a neo-Nazi. And then he was part of a fucking violent hate group, you know? But like in his case, he was given a second chance by society and is now able to make a really great positive impact on society. But if you like cancel somebody for a tweet they put out 12 years ago, they're going to go towards love. And the people that are going to love them are the people who are doing shitty things and saying shitty things.
Mm-hmm.
So like, give them a second chance, you know? Talk to them, educate them, be nice to them. Don't ignore or apologize for their bad behavior for them, but give them a chance to act truly apologetic for what they did. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the hypocrisy is to me. Is like you want people to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're, I mean, again, both sides are very guilty of this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says something, whatever, and then immediately you're like, well, this person's a fucking idiot and they're the worst possible thing for whatever goddamn reason. You know, like, it doesn't matter. Well, they're not going to listen to you anymore. They're not going to hear out your arguments because you're not showing them compassion, you know? It's like that to me reminds me of being a bully.
I gotcha.
Or being bullied.
I knew what you meant.
You know, you always just feel like you're trapped in that, like, no matter what I do, they're still going to get me somehow.
Yeah.
You know? So then you just leave. And that's all, like, that's, you know, you just cower. You hide away from the things that show you hate, you know? And then, like, the hard thing is, like, you want people to be more progressive, but you hate them for not having been progressive. So, like, maybe just try to educate them. Show them more love than their side is showing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know.
I get what you mean.
That was my whole take on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't do a good job of that, obviously, because this devolved quickly.
But this is the, I mean, one of the pillars of this fucking show, though, is the fact that we, ooh, that was a weird.
That sounded like a mid-cry breath. You know those mid-cry breaths?
I think I was going to hiccup. But is the fact that I think we're lucky too that we know each other's intention.
Yeah. Like, I know if you disagree with me that I'm not at risk for being canceled as your friend.
Yeah.
I feel like these conversations make it stronger.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and
and
Mara, like, the more you've been around here and the more we've had these conversations with you involved, like, I feel closer to you every week because of this kind of stuff, you know?
And it's interesting the things that you bring up sometimes where it's something that we would never have even thought of. You do that almost every episode, whether it's in a joke or social stance, like,
or legal bestiality, whatever. Whatever that is.
It's
But
on my political platform.
well, it's like we all lie on different planes of existence. We all have different life experience that contributes pretty dramatically to, like, our worldview, you know?
yeah.
And they're all dramatically different. Like, the fact that the three of us are sitting in a room together right now is pretty fucking wild, you know?
Yeah.
And that we do this every week,
Yeah.
you know?
It is. It's nuts.
It's just like, I mean, if we were to all individually tell our life story and then be like, yeah, I see these people once a week, every week. And we spend 2-3 hours together just chatting.
Yeah.
People would be like, wow, that's pretty wild, you know? Like, Christ. I don't know. I just think about, like, you know, you were homeless in fucking wherever, Portland? Where in Oregon.
I do have to say, like, when we bring up the homeless thing, like, you weren't full blown. Not to the extent of, like,
right, but that's dangerously oversimplified version of that story, right? Mara, you were on track to become a professional wrestler.
I was also homeless.
Okay, so that's why you and Chris are friends. Okay, so you guys met under the overpass. Not funny.
Which is such a weird phrase, under the overpass.
Yeah.
Never looked comfy.
The overpass or
Yeah.
under it?
Anywhere near it.
Not a lot of
More like the get away from me pass.
not a lot of space for a queen bed that isn't at a 90-degree angle. So, but I don't know. I just like.
Yeah, it's bananas, dude. We got a show note. Talk about your homelessness next week.
I also have
Yeah.
a show note. Should we on-air production meeting this one?
Yeah.
Okay. You still have to do your prim.
I know.
My bad, dude.
No. That
I
was
got
a
so carried
conversation that clearly we both wanted to have too.
All right. I need you to design something for us
Oh, okay.
for a new T-shirt that we're going to debut.
Yeah. What is it?
You're going to put huge boobs on a llama,
Okay.
and you're going to put a blonde do-up on the llama's head.
Yeah.
Because it's the Dalai Lama.
Oh, I like it.
Right? It's the
Yes.
Dolly Parton llama?
Yeah, I was right there with you as soon as
Yeah.
you said it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right? And we don't have to put any words on it. It can just be the Dalai Lama.
Put some rhinestone
Yeah.
cowboy boots on her.
Step 2 of that. I own the web address, comfyswag.com.
Ooh.
So I was thinking, because Teespring drop ships,
Yes.
so we could just put, like, I could actually fire up the website for that. We could design the website, and then we could put all the merch on comfyswag.com.
I love it.
And then Comfy Swag could sponsor the podcast, and obviously we would be fully transparent about that, like Alex owns this website. But, all the proceeds for the podcast would go to you guys, obviously. I'm not an idiot. But then we could cut out we could find a way to work towards, if we actually start selling a lot of merch, then one day maybe we wouldn't have to pay the upcharge fee at Teespring or whatever.
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
Get but it's just another place that we could host. And then for your designs that you don't want to just put on Duck Duck Grey Duke, you could just put them on there.
I like it.
And, I would.
We're really leaning into the legal bestiality
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
shirt design,
Duh.
aren't we?
The Dalai Lama. Also, the reason I thought of that was because Caitlin and I were looking at puppies the other day. Not that we're going to get one, but we want one so bad.
You guys want to fuck puppies?
No.
Wait, where are
Not
we?
puppies. You can wait till they're dogs.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, grooming.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, Chris. What about your prim?
I have a friend in the adult film industry, and when he tells me that he wants to get some shit off his chest, it has a totally different connotation.
I knew it. I knew it when you said it last week. It was about pooping on someone's chest, and I was
That's really funny.
looking forward to it so bad, and then I got denied.
I have
That's
this
pretty good.
wonderfully funny story about the prawn industry. So rollerblader friend of
Is
mine.
Prawn like the porn remake of the movie Tron?
No, I was
This is
thinking.
old internet.
I was thinking more of like seafood.
Yeah, prawns. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Native to Thailand. And
rollerblading friend of mine from Chicago, super good at skating. Like at the time, like one of the best styles in the game. And so he flew out to LA to film a part with this crew. And unbeknownst to him, the main videographer had a side hustle. And his side hustle was filming people putting it inside of each other. And so he goes to this. So he doesn't know this beforehand. They drive up to this mansion. He's like, "Holy shit, you live here?" He's like, "Yeah, it's me and a few other people." And they go in, and there's already two naked people and another filmer. And he's like, "Oh, okay." And so they scurry off to another room. Scene gets filmed, and the guy meets them in the kitchen. And he cracks open a beer, and he's like, "That was a tough one." And they're like, "Why? What was the matter? What happened?" He's like, "Well, this is an anal scene." I'm like, "Yeah?" He's like, "Yeah. She put on a strap on and fucked him in the ass. He's like, normally I show up, and if it's an anal scene to the girl, I'm like, all right, you got everything you need? Yep, we're good. For him, I had to do a little pep talk. And when he was telling me this, he goes up to the guy. So he says, normally I say, all right, ready? He goes up to the guy, puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, you ready? So funny.
Yeah.
Because
man.
apparently this was that guy's first time doing that too. And he was like, yeah, okay.
For the audience, that's called pegging.
Pegging.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, Mara, first of all, thank you for sharing that. But also, this audience knows what pegging is. We got some dirty people that listen to this show, and we love you very much.
Absolutely, we do. But yeah, that was so. I thought of that how like has a totally different connotation.
Dude, when you led to that story after the shit on chest, and then you said it was an anal scene, I was like, oh no, she blew a gasket, pulled out, and just shot turds all over him. Yeah.
Pulling the septic.
Dude, I saw the funniest fucking video the other day. It was like, it's on Reddit Unexpected, the subreddit.
Okay.
So like, all the videos have this sort of like, holy shit element to them, but this person, and this is obviously edited, but this person like takes a soda or like a 2-liter bottle, it's like half full, and they put on the inside of it, they like lined Mentos, and they like ran over to this toilet, and they like unscrew the lid, and they tip it upside down and put it in the toilet, and it like starts gurgling. The bottle like shoots up, but then like after the bottle shoots up, they like edit in that like it just like activated the septic system in this apartment building, and the shit just starts shooting out of the toilet, and then it's like gets worse and worse, and then it like cuts out to the outside of the building and just a huge hole blows in the wall, and there's just shit flying. It's so fucking funny. You're like, who took the time? I mean, it's like beautiful CGI work. Like it looks exactly like it is. Like you put so much time and energy and money into this, and it's just
I love when that
just
happens.
explosive shitting. It was super funny. I could probably find it in my history. God, it was so funny. All right, dude. Same time next week.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Wait, what the?